at Todoko right now, where Alhaji Hart, former board member of Heart to Folk, is passed on, and then we will have a lot of people here who would like to talk to. We have champion chairman, Millennium chairman here live at the residence of the late Alhaji Hart. Chairman, thanks for joining us live on SVTV Africa.
Well, it's a friend, another friend, even a brother. We've lost a very popular person in Ghana football, and I have nothing to say, but I think God wanted to take him. So I would say, may he rest in peace.
Some of us don't know much about him. You have worked with him.
I've worked with him, and he was a very brilliant and very hard-working person. He's done a lot in Ghana football.
So you will say Ghana football have lost a great person?
Yes.
You've seen the family and everything is okay?
Just want to see how to our off.
All right. Thank you very much. That was Alhaji Hart for you, Millennium chairman. For you, we now move on to other people, and then we talk to them and then see how it goes. Now, the man they call Langabel. Langabel, come before you leave. Come, Langabel, come. Before you see the family, let's talk with you before you leave. Live on SVTV Africa. Langabel, we know you're a great Olympics man, but now Heart to Folk and then Ghana football in general. One person is gone, Alhaji Hart. How do you know this man?
First of all, let me give him rest and perfect peace for the meantime, because Alhaji has. I remember Alhaji has the time national team we went to US. How do you call it? Britain. And he and Fuga, there's a hula baloo in the airport. And when you see he and Fuga, what they are doing, it's a little bit small. But the man is a legend to me, because he's the one, he gave me so many advice. And sometimes it removed me from so many hardship. I hope that Alhaji is a legend. When they leave the football terrain, it's a painful. But at long last, we are going to meet him there. The only thing I want to tell him, may God bless him. Inshallah.
Where were you, and when did you got known of the news that he's dead? And when after you hearing that Alhaji is gone, how did you feel?
Even though yesterday night, about 9 o'clock before I hear that Alhaji has gone, a certain guy, he's a drinker. He is the one who came and told me that, Langaba, you don't know that one of the ask a manager that I say who is Alhaji has. No, definitely we make sad of Alhaji has. So true. I hear on the radio station today, Asempa, which is Bososho, said that by 2 o'clock they are going to bury him. No, definitely we have to arrive for the system. Everybody know that Alhaji is not alone. He have people to deliver with them.
One word for the football fraternity and Ghanaians in general after the demise of the great Alhaji Hart.
That's what I'm saying. Alhaji has, everybody will think about him now. When the man, you see, Alhaji has like Slightete, and they are together, look how that Slightete to die, see how the painful, the atmosphere, the sentimental, the styling of the people who around the funeral, the same thing arrived Alhaji has. Or you know that even though Alhaji herself, what he did in Asofo is a history thing, because he's a ball boy like me, Joseph Langabe, before he became a board chairman, a board director of Accra Asofo. Definitely did a lot of things for Accra Asofo, and I hope that the Asofo people, they have a lot to do, because the man is a fan like me, as a fan that Accra Great Olympics. But he also the same. And we all in Accra. And you know that Alhaji has, although he's a Muslim, but it's not a Muslim. It's a gun. He chop gun. He drink gun. He make gun. He make everything in gun. Definitely we call him our father in gun. Definitely Alhaji has gone. But the gun people and our brothers, the Muslims too, will get involved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Langabel. That was Joseph Langabel for you. He's been here. He's also here to support how things are going on here, right at Odoko, where the residence of the late Alhaji Hart is. See her there. The late Alhaji Hart is now the late. Where were you when you heard this news?
I was at home when I came and picked my phone, and there were so many calls as I was happening. Then I had another call Then the person asked, have I heard that our Alhaji house is dead? I said, no. Why? What did he tell me? So that's the news flowing out. So I called his number, nobody picked it. So I called Harris, and he confirmed the death of Alhaji. In fact, he spoke to me just last Friday when we had a 1 week observation of a member of the House of Folk Secretariat. And he told me, why didn't I tell him? So, Alhaji, you are not well, so come home so that we plan the funeral. So, little did I know that Alhaji will leave us just these few days.
You are someone who have worked closely with him. If you are to describe him in one way, what will you say?
I said it and I'll say again that we have lost a gem in Accra House of Folk. Alhaji House is a unifier. Alhaji House doesn't want any quarrel or any negative thing in House of Folk. Whenever he hear that there's something going on, you have to call all the people involved and then try the issue out. Alhaji House is somebody that I don't know whom I will compare in House of Folk family now. He came back from surgery, USA. We went there with my ladies. We sang, we presented to him. He called his children outside in America that they should thank us. He said, no, Alhaji, this is not. He said, no, what we have done to him, in fact, is appreciable. So we have to let his children thank us. And he has to give us lorry fare. So Alhaji, you don't need it. So no, we have to take it. Every day he will call me. She called me First Lady of Accra House of Folk. So Alhaji we have one of our hand has gone down. So we are sending our condolences to the bereaved family and Accra House of Folk, a football fraternity as a whole. So we all go one day we all live there, but we ask the good Lord that He should rest him in His bosom.
Finally, before I leave you, as a First Lady of Heart of Folk, as he used to call you, you the ladies front, what are you preparing immediately for him as he demise away?
If you could say that most of the ladies are here, and when he's alive, what we ought to do for him, we will do more. And even being there, though he's dead, you know that the ladies have done something for her. So that's life.
Thank you very much, Auntie Vicentia. All right, that's Vicentia Deku for you. She's one strong lady of Heart to Folk Front, and we're moving forward to get some other people so that we can speak to them live on SVTV Africa as we move on. Let's speak to some senior journalists and then see how it is like. We're still live on SVTV Africa. We have the man of Happy FM Sports. His name Odi Asempa Kwame Oware. Odi, now one here no pena meet you radio so na chese ayara ho yi pa na himfa na wo na wotie asemi na wote na ete wo sen wo fa ne sen.
To be frank, yes, so say banasa. Just last Friday, Alhaji FM meeting come off air. Therefore say ne ho ya ne sa. Etu so wo de kutade en kwantemi yenra anwumre na yete asem. To be frank, we were very, very shocked. Inti emu bia yete Kwashiman area no say ye free adwuma mu ekofie okwan bia so na ha ne yefa inti yefa efie busai no mje to mo ka kire say no kware. To be frank, ya mfa no ahogro so enra besi ne ya
uyo bia na meet on ope o say Happy FM enifie nya say wankasa wanyim wa Good Sports mu journalism wanyim wo mu na woni omadi agro ya ne ade kasa wo kasa mba kwa fa Alhaji ho ade na obeka fa no ho. Alhaji
ayo bia do pay asundue on pay basabasa. Nya say you be on pay basabasa ntia say nani emre no ope no kware na on pay basabasa anytime bia obi kura be free and obi be can be on radio so see emu bio say kola o say mpanifo bio na enya ofre etufo say we can see here nti no you be a we ofutuni computer one pay basabasa timi de den be ka large na fe so ne yemu ye obeka ya inusa musa House of Folk dressing, I could board Accra Sports Stadium. Obi Rian Sika Ewo dressing room, 200 Ghana. Alhaji Tuka Efrini Fee, Edis Kani Bejami or Happy FM. Some infra Branty and Fanny Scamano.
wom say sika na yira de but on say ni parent o test asem no ape e no yin sika e de betua ma inu sem enti no obi a ne yemu ye no obi so on pe basa
ye beda sipina ya chichire nya ye ho re e wo ni atu ye nya esa say Ghana esentu adwuma nsu e ne nya ye kese na journalist me sure so aba bebre na wa ha say emfi say ne ebetimi aye ne ye di aboa ne ya na
yo no kware obehwa all over say radio TV network so nyina social media Alhaji has which they say one year 3 year internet central for the door no and so no.
Okay, that was the head of sports of Happy FM Sports for you, D. Asempa Kwame Oware, and we still move on to speak to some big people right here at the residence where Alhaji had was living, and I have that's right, still live here at the residence of the late Alhaji Hat, and I have with me the man who works with Happy Sports, Afriki Joe Debra, they call him. So we speak to him and then see how the feeling is like. I think it's very, very, very sad news right here at the residence. You could see everybody is down, everybody's heart is very down. And we best say, Arawosem. But the Afriki Joe, Arawosem now to Ghana football, Alhaji Hat. If I know and I would say, I'm now saying, no fun is saying.
Yeah, say such a person. Alhaji no be enough. The humble one. There no kenny problem. Na Alhaji the make us me papa prekope because mostly your team information be cry and from mama he will call me. No will be say Joe what way. Some information no person passing out to so or see Joe information you catch a man sign. Masida ni farmer man sign. Na adia bako and they say last Friday yana me call a Muslim prayers ni Juma no and Alhaji Lamini a board member. Eti yakoye ba ye na pe e no frɛ me ti me pick ti ye bon koma na me oh me wo Alhaji Lamini ho Alhaji has na frɛ me na me so Alhaji Lamini ho no si oh ma me nche me nua na me te ne nka che e na me down phone ma no e no na kasa no tu no fo se kotoko be kwa Africa enti ono de wa hu bi da wa ye bi da wa ko bi da treatment ahudo bia wo form danti o kire ne nema bi o mo so kwa ombe fadi abom kotodwem se be ya omoni nkotata omo omi ban so e na onne kasa wie so kasa wie ya pe na me so Alhaji me wotema enti enyame adoma this week no me ba na maba fie because you one of the frequent callers of frame pa na enra enti mi wo wana house of folk supporter bi or a former military officer if any divine and on Sunday me text say is it true. Let me say what? Alhaji has is no more. Let me say la ilaha illallah. What? Eti first point of call is me fra Alhaji has. Enti me fra Alhaji has phone e call Emma get be fine. Enti o fire na me say na Alhaji wo he. No say Alhaji call. Na me say okoyin we pia na o say Alhaji wawu. Na me say how? E happen saying no si o ono na ti Alhaji ho a o hwa Alhaji na anopa no say Alhaji no de bia anopa no bie ne pon na onu aba be wudam no wakoku niema ohia ne na eso ye ma no but osoro ono goduro na Alhaji pon no mie o bombombo ma na obi anye so e na o si na de na asi e na o hya setia frɛ amanfo ofio nti on ba e no be bu pon nani because obeda the following night no oloko pon no nti obu punu nani omukoya na Alhaji eda ho Islameka se bia wamina hwe eda ho ena omumba no so nti straight out to Kolebu polyclinic nti omude no koye no doctors for hwe ya no muni se wa collapse nti ombe so ombe revive no nti omu try so ombe ya polyclinic for nantim eno mo esade so omude no ko main Kolebu nti hono omude no call ya omude oxygen ko si no so ombe tira sen catalyst no ombe mana home na watimi aba but around there say 2 hono na ade na mu ayedin 85 and almost from catcher almost say Alaji wajin samu and just Alaji free mu I will ho ya ohwe nipa waha na obi asem oka ye papa ne ne o hin Alaji obi a obetufo se obi na obi kura kasa wo radio so na ye freja football admin se na ntokwa kura owi a osi jo fa suma si number mame o kasa se ne kokko osoro no wa fedi pa no ne na kasa owi na wa get back to me say oh yani nipa na kasa wate ase enti muso mo hwe se mo be dey ye be kan ho abom ena nsa agro no eye nka bom se nye nuado anka me no nyina ha ye de wiase ne ye de kwan fa eya ena ye hwe nipa ehia mo ha emu politicians Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo ato ahoy Randia Benum Ghana Football Association almost with the sectional president and vice no to mo kra no ko mo Facebook wo na akohwe a obia kasafa Alaji wo no say ya hwere ade ya hwere ononkopa ya hwere papa ya hwere ni papa yankopon fa ne kransie yi
like I say odie I call say double silence at dem say we Muslim in person and wo san so ben kakra na me sure say we ban busuafo no di kan wa ha hihye no menim say wati bia na say net ye
ya me da say net ye ne say sisi aye wo ha yi national chief imam eso no so teye no eno no a wa vito say so be lead prayers no na obompaye say be a nyankopon de ne beto se babipa obenya heaven enti obeba say batu say Muslim ye pray 5 times a day ye di kan ye first one ene ahomache ne etoso mienu no from around a dependent time location and area but every 12:30 up to 1:30 there amam for ye enti ye de akwa say kwata kura ne there by that time no na obi awie the national chief man be around 1:30 until 2 o'clock ye de amunu be free akọ East Legon na ya kwa kosie no Muslim cemetery ye kosie ni wi a abusuan be ba sama tena se abompaye but the date no 11th of this month
11th of February
11th year na ombeye ba communicate because we saw ye this year free wa oye wala ni enti wafo no so prese so mo this year say ato a on so be hia say ombeye dey ombebompaye oho but enkran ha no tena ye bobra ne ma ewom se bebre na wa America so ye second home aside Ghana no enti abusuafo no bebre e wa brochire enti se sia no omeden ombehwe na omo apedan bia no pote date ni de ya hye se ebeye ha ana ebe Cowlade ana mpokran de ebeye babia bia so enam sa Alaji no huni pa do so pa wo de se house of folk supporters nkwa na eba kora na yentimi na ebeye Ghana football at large aside that omo ni omo ye adwuma a omo ni Alaji has no politicians e ka ho nti ombe pe bia so but date in the 11th February.
Oh dear, Africa Joe, Yabeda CP is still live on SVTV Africa, and we spoke with Happy FM's Africa Joe, Joe Debra, and he gave us insight of how things are going to happen. He said it's the 11th of February of this year. That's where we're going to do the funeral. But then by 2 p.m. we are going to bury him at East Legon, waiting for the chief imam to arrive, and then everything will continue from there. Haji hat, and you can see everybody is now, everyone we speak to, the mood is very, 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 very slow, and it's not easy at all for the family and people around here. You can see hard to folk, big men are here. Football Association, I'm talking about the Ghana Football Association. We have them here. Supporters are here, and in fact, everyone who is in love one way or the other to the family of the late Alhaji Hart is here. Or likewise, who love football is also here. We have the spokesperson of the family of the late Alhaji Hart. Chairman, thanks for joining us on live on SVTV Africa. Your name, please.
Thank you very much. I'm Said Mourning. That is the spokesperson for the family of Alhaji Suleiman Brahma.
Okay, thanks very much. Now, Chairman, will you can give us definite insight of what actually happened?
Well, thank you very much once again for giving me this opportunity. Yes, Alhaji Suleiman Brahma was rushed to Kolebu Teaching Hospital yesterday around 10 in the morning. And then he was in intensive care unit as we are talking of. Then getting to about 5:30, thereabout, the medical doctor in charge pronounced the death of him. It means that he has left this world to the eternal world. So that's how the whole thing started. So the family quickly mobilized themselves and then brought the corpse home. As the tradition demands for Muslims or Islam religion, we brought him home and then we start preparing to see where we can lay him to rest. So very fortunate when we came and did all this, and the family head or the family met and said, okay, the burial will take place at East Legon. And then after the East Legon burial, then we were talking of the time, and then we agreed that it should be 2 p.m. that we have to move from here to the cemetery. So that is how the whole thing. But I want to take this opportunity to thank the medium, especially SVTV, for also coming to mourn with us, simply because that's my brother, Alhaji Suleiman Brahma, had worked tirelessly to make sports, Ghana football where it is today, and especially Accra House of Folk. So he has been somebody who is also a pillar in our family. He's from Wale Manyiri, that is Upper West region. He's a pillar to the family. So the family is really having a pain for what has happened, losing somebody like that. And then by going through, we have seen those coming in, those from the football fraternity and others. I believe strongly that we are also very happy for the way they are mourning without the media and everybody. We thank you very much for being with us. And he's 74. The age is 74. He had 10 children, some with one wife. So I think that is...
He has 10 children.
10 children with one wife.
Was he battling any illness before this happened?
Yes. He used to have... He went to United States for medical treatment. But that one should be left to us, the family, and the listen. But he was on and off and off. But finally, yesterday, he passed away.
I hope the family and the wife and the children especially, you've been able to hold their heart to this.
Definitely. See, we're all created by Almighty Allah. And then by all means, you all go. No matter what you are, you go. So it is not, even though it's painful, but we will still say that let us thank God for what he has done. There's nothing you can do. God gives and takes from you. So I think it's very painful. Not only the family, but with the football fraternity, Accra House of Folk, Ghana Football Authority, and even Africa at large. I think he has played a very, very crucial role and very important role for the football fraternity.
All right. Well, for now, we'll leave you, and then whilst we wait for the chief imam.
That's why we are waiting for the chief imam for the burial ceremony, and then on the 11th, we are going to do the final adua here. But the venue will be communicated too, because we are not yet sure the venue. Because of the turnout is too heavy. In our family house where we are talking now, it will be very difficult to accommodate everybody here. So I think that is what we are.
All right, thank you very much. Please, your name once again.
My name is Said Mumin.
Said Mumin. Okay.
Person for the family.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. And that is, thank you. That's the spokesperson for the late Alhaji Sly Tete's family, and you can see the sorrowful moments here, right here at this residence. I'm talking about Odoko, to be precise, and we will speak to one of the big men, those who are big people in the Ghana Football Association, so that we see their also thoughts and how they feel after hearing this news right here at the residence of the late Alhaji Haji.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Okay, still we're live at on SVTV Africa, and we are here in the residence of the late Alhaji Haji, and then we have former management member of Accra Heart to Folk, Aziz Harun Afuta. He's here with me. Aziz, thanks for joining us live on SVTV Africa. Where were you when you heard this news?
In fact, I was at the hospital yesterday by 5:30 because I was called by one of his family members. You know, I'm always with him. So I was at the hospital when the doctor told us around 6 o'clock that he's no more. So since yesterday night, we did the arrangement and we brought him home to do the final this thing. So that is what happened.
You were close to Alhaji. If you were to describe him in one word, what will you say?
It's a father. It's a father, or it's a unifier. If you ask me, who is the best father that has humility, that work for peace, that fight for his children, I would say it's Alhaji Haji. Because what Alhaji Haji did in a house of folk or in football, I don't think we'll get somebody like that to do.
It's interesting and sorrowful as well. Currently, you are a former management member of Heart of Folk, but then you are now great supporter of the team. I don't know what the supporters fund you guys are organizing for him as we are preparing to bury him this afternoon 2 p.m.
Yes, we are going to bury him today. The family will sit tomorrow. There will be a small dua on 3 days, but the final dua in Accra will be 11 February. 11 February, but the venue will be announced later. Because looking at this place, we cannot have the dua here, but I'll look for a bigger place where we'll have his final dua. So, as a House of Folk fan or a football fan, this is a big loss for football. This is a big loss for the football fraternity. So I believe that we should all need to pray for him, because as a Muslim, when we die, we don't need anything than a prayers. That is what a prayer is, the food of a dying soul. So you pray for him. That is the only thing that he needs. Apart from that, nothing else.
Oh, thank you, and then leave you for now. I hope we are waiting for the arrival of the Chief Imam.
Yeah, the Chief Imam will arrive soon by 1:30. From there, then we'll move to Legon, East Legon Cemetery. That is where we are going to bury him and also pray for him too.
Thank you very much, Aziz Arunafuta. And that was a former management member of Heart of Folk for you. So we'll speak to one or two people here before we move on. So I'll start here. I'll start here and then speak to some people. And then let's speak to Berima Etuahini. He is currently he's the leader of the supporters fund. He's here and you could see he's down. Berima, where do you about the SVTV Africa so? My name be now and I would say me would say now for anything.
Well, then right, me call meeting. Meeting I said me do me phone, you know. In bed tracker, your point, I'm better tracker, Moana. Call by or catch them, we say. Saying what? Now I'm saying I've been cross check. Me cross check and I say, and the cross Alagio. Why in your media? You know, in fact, a boy pusa. Because you need to say, Bibisa, and Uncle Moa Eba. Alaji, brother, in your penny, or five, a bibia. Or you'll be or some has ye. You'll be any. The more house of folk. Papa Moody on Pecra, Tempiano, why not been say, Obekani Pabum. Not, in fact, house of folk, Yashira dear pa.
Will be one little supporters, you know, and then 2 p.m. now, one we see, you know, the crack cremo supporters, you know. Mobi be amobeye and I say a train a year 11th na no a honey be who are dear Masha Modebema Alaji.
And they are no crab because you see any money more and run that didn't happen here. Now say you know come for say unim say bibisa sia and money muna or more crack nipan. Na actually no or more ye aduano a honor bibia wa a bit me aye. Na a dashen didn't anymore yam.
But dear, in one word, so we're describing now because then.
Haji, there description there, your money there, every man description be because Obianim the Alaji why in Ghana football now has to folk title. Anybody more the baby Wabua Koi Biaso. Emra management no honum. Matches be a boy, din pa. Moi, or boya, it may win how much is no. Now you say enough for. Allow you there. Ubianim, the modern body be brave. You can dispute about the modern more. Ubianim modern more a large boy as a member of House of Folk family.
Yeah, better Sipine, Shramose, Monchichre, More.
Mesome Damase, or Quenya, dear mammy.
are still live on SVTV Africa, and let's speak to Mr. Frank Nelson. He's a management member of the team. Uncle Frank, when you heard the news, where were you when you heard the news? And when you heard the news, how did you take it?
Well, I think it was yesterday evening. Actually, I was in a church service and I saw a missed call, and I stepped out to pick the call because it was from the quarters that I would not expect the call at the particular time. Was Besemanche near Aibonte. So when I spoke to him, he said, "Oh, there's a sad news that Alhaji has just passed on." I was lost of words, not because it's impossible for a human being to die, but it came at a time when maybe nobody expected it. Yeah, we all know that he's not been in the best of shape for some time, but he's a father and a friend. We still relate and we talk each. I mean, there's no week we don't talk. So I didn't know that even he's went to the hospital to that extent of, being called by God. But at the end of the day, you just have to comfort ourselves and console ourselves that his maker has called him. I think he's done his best in life. The one good thing about people will always remember Alhaji has, for me, in my own opinion, is that he's a peacemaker. He's somebody who tries to bridge the gap at all times, who never like to see people quarreling. He's the only person to say, look, hold on, there's nothing in life. You will get it on. As soon as you talk to your brother, you will resolve every situation. And that's the type of man he's been. He's been somebody who has helped and played a lot of role in Ghana Football Association, from the national teams and committees to the Accra Asova, which everybody knows. That's why we call him Alhaji Has. Alhaji Has, he's just a tree in the club, and I believe that today, in the fraternity of Accra Asova, a big tree has fallen. But we are not mourning, we are not in a sorrowful situation, because we all know that the Bible encourages us that, yes, a man must live and a man must return to his maker. So we all came out of dust, and he's going back to dust. So we just have to comfort ourselves. Then learn a lesson that when you are living a life, to live a life that is full of legacy, people will say good things about you, because none of us will live for eternity. At the end of the day, the race we are running in life is to make sure that we make it to the kingdom of God. And I believe Alhaji's done is very good. And I'm sure, in my opinion, that God will give him a resting place. And that is what I'm praying for him. If there's any sin he must have committed, I'm asking for forgiveness on his behalf, that God will give him the forgiveness, because even at the last hour, peace can be granted to you. So for the family, we'll comfort them. We're here as a family. Accra football fraternity all over the world are gathering here, from Ghana Footballers Club chairman, everybody, supporters of all, everybody who lost him, because everybody knows that he's a man of the people. So we are all here living in our respective places to come and say, the family, that you are not alone, we are with you. So that's the reason we are here.
You are a board member of the team. Currently, we know this is going to be buried at 2 p.m. and then 11th of February is the day that the funeral is going to take place. Can we know what Hearts of Folk have laid down as proceedings for his burial and then the funeral?
Well, our unfortunate situation in this case is that nobody in the fraternity of Accra Asova will wait to be invited for Alhaji's funeral. You are not supposed to ask what to do or what to be done. I believe that everybody who supports Accra will know the contribution Alhaji has done in Accra Asova, from the youth team, from the Maswa, from the technical department. Accra Asova is full of Alhaji has. You can't mention Accra Asova today without mentioning Alhaji has. So as club members, as supporters of Accra Asova, we will give on 100% to make sure he gets a befitting burial. The date 11th of February has been given. He's going to be buried today, and the next 1 hour maybe he will be taken to East Legon, to where he will be buried. And we will all join them there and make sure that we give him all the respect he deserves. When the day of his burial, his ceremony for the 11th of this month comes up, we'll all be here. We'll show our sympathy. We'll contribute whatever we can contribute. We'll show, the important thing is for us to show our physical beings here, to give the support, that the family knows that he never walked alone.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Frank. All right, that was Frank Nelson. He's the board member of Glorious Accra Hearts of Folk, and you could see still mourning and very, very sorrowful moment. And then we speak to the big men up here before we continue. SVTV Africa. We are live on Facebook, trending currently. Also, we have about 300,000 people watching right now. Still live on SVTV Africa. We are here in the residence of the late Alhaji Heart. It's not easy at all. Everyone, heart is down, and a great person is gone. And we're speaking to people, and we still continue to do that. But how they feel about such a sad news that we heard last night, and the new people can't still believe it, but that is what have happened. Chairman, thanks for joining us live on SVTV Africa.
You're welcome.
Where were you when you hear this news that Alhaji is gone?
We have a platform, a WhatsApp platform. As late as 8 o'clock yesterday night, I got the information that my dear brother have left us.
How did you take that news?
Well, we've lost a stabilizer in Ghana football. It's really the stabilizer. No matter the crisis that emerges from the Football Association, he knows how to quell it. He's excellent in that. And I think the president of the Football Association have lost a personality.
If we were close to him one way or the other, if to push you to describe him in one word, what will you say about him?
He's a near unique man. A near unique man. It's only God who is unique, but he's a near unique man. He knows how to control situations. He's the fatherly love. He has spread it. He spread it all over the football clubs, not only across the folk. He's in football man. Well, we miss him a lot.
Your days in administration, what was that one word they told you and you felt like this is someone who is deep in football?
Patience, patience, patience.
Wow. Your final words to the family of Artifolk, the GFA, and the entire football fraternity.
Well, no one is infallible, but it will be very difficult to fill the position my great brother, senior brother, has left across the folk. I wonder how they are going to fill that position. The only thing that I will tell them is that they should take heart. The family, I extend my sincere condolence, and may Allah give him Jannat Firdaus.
Thank you very much, Alhaji Ali Raji. He is a former GACA chairman, and you could see how down he is to earth, and it's very, very sad moment right here at the residence of the late Alhaji Hart, and we're still continuing with our chat and speak to one or two people before we finally call it a day. You could see how it's not been easy at all. People are mourning, and it's not been easy. It's not been easy at all. We're still here, and we're speaking to people to how they will feel. So we're still continuing with the chat, and let's see if we could speak to Mr. Aye. He is a former, he's been with the National Sports Council or National Sports Authority, former Chief Executive Officer, former Chief Executive Director of the National Sports Authority. We have him here. Mr. Aye, thanks for joining us live on SVTV Africa.
Okay, pleasure having me.
Where were you, and how did you got to know that the Alhaji is gone?
I saw it on the platform last night. I was just browsing through and I saw it, and I was really shocked because the last time we spoke, he was in the US after successfully undergoing an operation. We spoke and he was quite well. When he returned I met him at the GFA and we had a chat. I saw him, I saw a picture of him at Alhaji Bature's funeral too. And I didn't see anything worrisome about his posture. So when I read about his demise yesterday, I was really shocked. I was really shocked. We've been friends for many years. Since the time I was playing Olympic second team, Olidade, and he was then Mazua for Auroras, our second team. So we've known each other for many, many years. So I'm really sad. That's why I've suspended everything and I've come here to pay my last respects.
Mr. Aye, since you were very close to him, I'll be pushing you by you to describe him in one word to the up-and-coming football people in administration to know him.
I don't get the question. You said you want...
In one word, if you are to describe Alhaji, what will you say about him?
He's an astute football administrator. He can adapt to any situation. That's why they always refer to him as the unifier. You know, anytime there's a problem in House of Folk, he's the one people call upon to come and settle. So they call him the unifier, an astute football administrator.
The family and everyone, your loved ones are gathered here. People are also watching. If we are to, we know the funeral will be coming on 11th of February, whilst he will be buried this afternoon at this Legon. As friends and family, if there is anything that we don't know, if you can help us with.
No, I am only a friend, so I can't say much about the funeral arrangements. I heard about his demise, and I quickly had to suspend everything and come over. So I'm just here like any other sympathizer. I don't know any much detail about the arrangements. Maybe after his burial, maybe they will have another proper funeral for him. That I don't know.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Aye. And you can see the arrival of Mr. Benunu Mensah, who is the GOC president. He's also here currently, and you can see it's not easy at all. Uncle Ben is also here, and you can see everyone is here. Mourning the late Alhaji is gone. Very, very sorrowful moment. Very sorrowful moment. Very, very sorrowful moment. So we continue with our chat, and then we continue with Uncle Nab, Nana Benyin Eisen. He is the National Under 20 Women's side, the Black Princesses of Ghana. He is the Monument Committee Chairman. Uncle Nab, thanks for joining us live on SVTV Africa. How did you hear the news? Where were you last night? And when you hear it, and when you heard it, how was it like to you?
Well, it wasn't even in the night. Around about 6 o'clock, some of us were at the FA when word came to Joe Salah Sabu. I don't know who, but I think it's an insider who told him of the demise of Alhaji. And we were all taken aback. In fact, we were shocked. How such an affable personality, no news of his illness or whatever in this position. But here we are being told that from Kolebu, he's gone.
I can see you're from the FA. Lawyer Kwekweya and a couple of others from the Ghana Football Association. Any plans as we preparing to bury him on today this afternoon, whilst the funeral goes on 11th of February?
Yeah, if any plans, it's for the funeral that we'll prepare. But we came here with some stuff from the FA to the family to help with at least the burial today. So that's about it.
Some are saying he's a unifier, he's a peacemaker. Others are saying he's phenomenal. If you are to describe him in one word, what will be that word?
Very affable to everybody. And like you said, the peacemaker. I mean, so many, it's very difficult to use just one word for Alhaji Has. You see, I would like to take us back to anytime he meets me in Abin, do. And he traces his roots way back to Sekendi. He talks about Efiekuma, which is a suburb of Sekendi, Adiembra. And he makes no secret of the fact that he started as a ball boy. And it's been in him throughout. So rising through the ranks to come to this level and still exhibit that kind of maturity now. Alhaji is, I don't know whether to call him an enigma, but he is very different. He is very unique.
Thank you very much, Uncle Nap. Nana Benin Ayesen, Ghana Football Association Executive Committee member, and is also the Black Princess of Ghana Management Committee Chairman. We still continue with our chat live on SVTV Africa. So we are the residents of the late Alhaji Sly Tete, and then we can speak to lawyer Kweku Eya. He led the national under-17 team to India, and he's here, right here, are the residents of the late Alhaji Hart. Chairman, thanks for joining us on SVTV Africa. We want to have a chit chat with you concerning the late Alhaji. Please, where were you last night when you hear this news?
I think I was on my way home. I had just watched Morocco beat. I had just watched Morocco beat Libya in the CHAN tournament, and I'm on a particular platform, so I just went to that platform to see what was happening there, and I saw the news. And then I went to Facebook and I saw the same news, so I called a few people, and then they confirmed it to me.
How did you take this news when you got heard of this news? How did you take it when you hear it?
No, I was a little bit taken aback because honestly I knew he had not been well for some time, but then he had recovered. He had had an operation in the States and he was fully recovered. I didn't know that he had been taken ill again. So I thought that was it, because the time that he returned from the States and was fully recovered, he came to the FA in all white and we all saw him and we're all happy for him. So I was quite taken aback.
You've been close to him many years ago. Everyone and how used to describe Alhaji. If you're also to describe him, how will you describe him?
No, I think he was a very affable and gentle soul. He's one of the few people I've seen at the football fraternity who is at peace with everybody. He's friends with everybody, and he has a word for everybody. You normally do not have certain people who cut across board, but he cuts across board in all spheres, whether it's women, whether it is men, whether it is Hearts, whether it is Kotoko, whether it is any of the national team. He was just everywhere and he was at peace with everybody. He was just a very good person.
Any message from the Ghana Football Association currently?
No, I think the Ghana Football Association has lost a great pillar of strength. He's a peacemaker. He's someone who has helped grow football with his long association with Accra to Folk and also with the national teams. He was with the international relations department, that is more of protocol, and he was also with the under-20, the male under-20, and he contributed immensely to the success story of the under-20s for those of us who know him. So definitely he's very much hard to replace, and he will sorely be missed.
Thank you very much. And that is lawyer Kweku Eya. He's an executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association and also led the national under-17 team. That's the Black Starlets of Ghana. He is the management committee chairman of that team. We still continue live on SVTV Africa with our chats where we speak to some people, and we have the champ, they call him. He is the former spokesperson of the Ghana Football Association, owner of Pando Heart of Lions Football Club. He works with Metro TV when he's deep-rooted when it comes to football. Randy Abe, the champ. Champ, thanks for joining us on SVTV Africa. Thanks for joining us on SVTV Africa. And where were you when you hear the news of the demise of the late Alhaji Sly Tete? Alhaji Hart, sorry.
The office. I was still at the office when I was called and told about it. Yeah.
You have been with him for a while, for some time. I would say before he died. what will you say about him?
He was my father, and I've known him for over 20 years. And in my early days, I've been in journalism. He was the one who really supported me, and from that time, he's always been my advisor and the person who is always checking up on me. In fact, on Friday, he paid me a visit. I'm sure to say farewell to me. He paid me a visit at the office on Friday. And the last time we spoke was on Saturday on the phone. He called me Saturday evening. You know, he was a very good person, a peacemaker, very calm. I mean, always wanting to intervene and ensure that there's peace and sanity. You know, so very wise man. And he was a great person. He was a great man by our standards. Yeah.
As someone who said you take him as a father, you know, the funeral arrangement. They said the funeral will be on 11th of February, whilst he'll be buried this afternoon. As a son, as an inspirer for upcoming journalists and upcoming football administrators, if you have to give us advice on how we should live our life, what will you tell us?
Well, I think his life says it all. He started as a ball boy, ended up as a director. And so be patient, bide your time, work hard, be humble, you know, accord everybody respect, treat everybody well, focus on your job, work hard, and you could climb to the highest level. I mean, he was a living testimony. Started as a ball boy, ended up as a director. Remarkable career, remarkable life. He's done it all. And I think that if we were to look at his life, the humility, the respect, the hard work, the godliness with which he conducted himself will take a lot of us places.
Champ, thanks very much. All right, that was Randy Abe, the champ, for you, live on SVTV Africa. Moving on to someone who is who's been a director of the club for many, many years. He's been with Snates, and his name is Mr. Ernest Thompson. He's also here mourning with the family. Mr. Thompson, thanks for joining us on SVTV Africa. When you hear this news, how did you take it? When you hear this news that Alhaji is gone, how did you take this news?
Oh, it was a little bit of a shock for me, because he had spoken to me the day before. We spoke for a long time, as we usually do in a day. He had been to my office in the course of the week. Of course, we knew that after his operation in the US, when he got down, he still has some health challenges, and we had even all agreed that he should go back for further checks. Because of the cold weather in the US, he said he would leave by the end of February. In fact, the day before, we were just discussing his tickets that he would go with. So I had a little bit of a shock when the brothers called me early in the morning that they are just rushing to Korle Bu, and that it seemed as if his breathing was impaired. They were waiting for him to be sent to the cardio, so I think they were trying to stabilize him. And then around about 5 o'clock, the other brother called me that he had just passed on. It was really a shock for me.
You have worked with him closely. If I'm to ask you that particular word he told you that you will never forget, what was that?
I think he was a pleasant person. The embodiment of wisdom. In fact, it's one of the few people you come across, and you might think that he might not have had enough formal education, but anytime he advises, we all realize that he had what we call street wisdom. It was too pleasant to a fault, and at times acted as a peacemaker anytime there was disagreements in the club. So in a nutshell, I only say that he was the embodiment of an excellent human being.
Even though as we mourning, do you remember one funny moment with him?
The final moments with him was when he came to my office last week. Right, and he was even driving. My sister also told me that on Friday he passed through the family house and had a chat with them. That was the last time I really saw him. And as I said, the day before the death, we spoke in the evening. That was my last direct encounter with him. But we've been on the phone, we always talk about a lot of issues. I mean, to me, he was like my senior brother. Right. I've known Alhaji when I was a kid. And I used to go to the Swalaba house. He was then in charge of the bus of the club. Right. And since then, I've been very close to him. I was one of the few people who was with him, visited him in New York after the operation. So for me, I've just lost a senior brother. Not only a Phobian, but a senior brother. Yeah. My regret is that we never saw for a moment that he would just pass on. We knew he was having health challenges, but we never knew he would pass on so soon. But he always used to tell us, jokingly, that if the angel comes and picks your book, then you are the one going. So when it's time for you to go, there's nothing you can really do. And he also tells us jokingly that he's a Muslim. So if he dies and we don't hurry up to the funeral, by the time we get there, he would have been buried. But maybe that's the way he chose to go, and Allah is the one who knows best. We'll take it in our stride and see what we can do to just keep going what he stood for. So far as the club was concerned, you can't talk of Accra House of Folk without Alhaji. I knew what he has done for the club, especially during the African Cup series. It's one of the people didn't know. He had at times to travel ahead of us to do a lot of background work before the match. Even when we were recruiting players, there were times he had to travel all the way to Tamale and the rest to start the negotiations. Right. We can't replace him. So far as House of Folk is, nobody can replace Alhaji.
And that was Ernest Thompson. He is a former director of the club, and having chat with him, you could say very, very sorrowful moment. Very, very sorrowful moment. Very, very sorrowful moment. And everyone is downhearted, and you can see that it's not easy at all. And we have a lot of people here at the residence, and then I have a good friend, Sheikh. Let's speak with Sheikh so that before we continue. Now I have Sheikh Tawfiq here. He's a journalist and former football. He's been on the field for some time now. Okay. We'll speak to Sheikh, but before then, Ni Ayi Bunte is on his arrival. He's arriving to here, and you can see everyone is in a sorrowful moment. This is a sorrowful moment. This is a sorrowful moment. This is a sorrowful moment.
Whatever you think you have acquired in this world, the end of it is that it turns out to be a you enjoy wearing all sorts of garments. You enjoy taking all good things. The day when you are departing this world, you shall be denied the opportunity of enjoying all this. Even when you have this beautiful and costly clothing upon you, at the time when they are going to value the janaza bath, they will tear off all this of you and leave you naked of anything except the shroud that you shall be shrouded in and be buried just in glory. Just remember where you shall be placed in the grave. Ka duba inda za a saka a cikin kabari, ka dubi yadda kwanciyar kabari yake. An zo ka an zo da kai an aji. Da ma a ce idan aka sa mutum cikin kabari aka bisa shi ba a masa komar an maido masa ne da ransa da ta rayuwa ba ci ba sha ba wani walwala yadda kabari yake. Wannan kuma ya ce ka azaba da musiba in kai ne sabon Allah. To dama fatanmu ana cewa kabari ma ya zamo dausayi na gidan aljanna ko ya zamo rami daga cikin ramuka na gidan wuta. Fatanmu wannan dan uwa bawan Allah mu roƙe ka ka sa kabarin su zamo dausayi na gidan aljanna. Allah ya kiyaye shi. Duka waɗanda suka halarci wannan wuri domin wato su shebi jana'izarsa, za ka zo jana'izar dan uwanka don ka mutunta shi, don ka rufa asirinsa, don ka taimake shi, ka je ka nisa shi, ka yi masa sallah, sai Allah ya kuma ba ka lada. Kuma muna fata idan za mu ranar ya kai Allah ya mu cika da imani, da fata ya mu kuna da kuma fasi da wani ya yi amfani. Allah ya yi
muna kara gode ma Allah da malamin mu da bayani masu tsada da ya mana game da batun mutuwa. Baban mu rafanin mu Alhaji Suleiman Ibrahim muna roƙon da Allah ka ci kanshi, sarakan mu masu martaba suna tare da mu a dukkan muke sarakan mu Allah ka mutu jagora. Muna tare da imaman mu manyan imamai a kasan Ghana baki daya, babu yamma a baki su da bayan daya addu'a muke yi mu da su ga Allah ka ba mu lada. Muna tare da manyan
That's still live on SVTV Africa, and we are here at the premises where the late Haji Slightete used to live, and he's now no more. This man is a great man when it comes to sports.
It's about Ghana, as the head said. So we are all here to make sure we give our brother very, very befitted burial.
Someone who you have been close with for several years. If I'm to push you to describe him with one word, what will you say about him?
He's a man of peace. That's what I remember about Elijah as man of peace.
Thank you very much, man. And very, very sorrowful moment right here at the Doko where he used to be. Alhaji Hat Suleiman Ibrahim, they call him. And we still continue with that chat, speaking to some one or two people before we finally say goodbye.
Yes, sir.
We are the famous house of Emutali. We never say that. What's it about? No afraid you bala. Oh say yeah. Smashing body, glorious as of that red, yellow, and blue is a colors, beautiful and glorious as of glorious as we will build a great foundation with our colors, red, yellow, and blue as is a mighty king, as 11 is a mighty king, as 11 is a mighty king. Arose, 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 be quiet and cheer us up. We are the famous house of hope. We never say, oh, I like the house, oh, Yahshua. I'm not sure I never. Was it?
Just with all due respect. It's a big news. It's a big news. Papa no former director.
What we got? Okay.
No, one pub of 5 blow me or your BNA. Or fair well, I don't know about your becking. Only one knew a Jason Akpan. She knew money, you money here. Shani do a beer. One near me, what papa, one Alaji has. Often one tower bobo to no York. Ghanaians, especially House of Folk fans, and also Kaka Alaji has no Ole, no Kaye, no Banya Okawaja.
Na gbafiu ake bokonu kele nyepo nu ye ni nyumodomo na echo nyumono ake mene we odoko woba Alaji okushia ni Alaji catch ni chogbonjo no yo minji Alaji jimokoni eyeshiba eyebule eyenyemisu muhamofiam je House of Folk pe shimaka ka Ghana fe bekeju nupaju eyeshiba ke hale no waka kola ka Accra House of Folk pe yala su Ghana mfe ejake football club chairman say kamofiam we fine ndele ni bane man na coaches man na me babawo ni amba amanyo Alaji no no neba e mutu shan ka reho pi she akani wo ni wo obendo kutwo no ba wi she no fia no ni ba nyumoju mo ni lenche ni ha ni ba eni okoba kase noko ege mi ka Alaji wi gbenji gbete nyepe nuko hi mene manake etwo gbonju ne iso ma wi pi wo kachida ba ha mo fia mo ni ba bie meni ba kwa Alaji she nyumo adwo mo fia mo meni na many nyegbe na me banyumu adwo many na nwa me ba nyumu adwo me na wanyemi nu echi se esuma ne ke ba sa wo fen wo kase no ko ka jedi nu wona ke lele wo papa ne lele e ba yinshi ojugba ye Ghana ke na mu fen enenwu eham madumo no aka ene Alaji